You thought you were about to go into the video game. I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking of Spoon 1000. I thought I was going to go into the video game that I'm about to watch. And to be honest, you are my Dawn fans. I'm just going to take you there right now. In style. Yeah. Style indeed. Here we go. Hello, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and true ages, and all of them. It's me, Superior 9000, but you call me Superior. Yes, that's right, the game streamer that nobody knows and future becoming. Entrepreneur extraordinaire influencer, pro game streamer, actor, model, and co-writer, broadcaster, feature wrestler. And yes, that is what my Dory fans should read time will back once again playing and continuing the story series of Vampire, the Masquerade Swansong. The story continues. Now, before we get down into the video game business, excuse me, but it's good to throw down 3 face cards down and that'll be the end of my turn, so I'll activate them at the end of the streaming session. And if you're new to this channel, please press the button to subscribe and press the button to follow me, press the green button to like, follow, subscribe, and support. And once you press those 3 buttons, you officially join the Superior 9000 Empire Corporation International Industry Enterprise, which are bigger, better, stronger, and more noticeable in the future to all other social media account platforms and game streaming channel account platforms. Now, enough chit chat from me, let's get down into the video game business. Oh, and before I do, if you missed the previous episode, do not worry, my Dory fans. I'll leave it in the description down below so each one of you can watch it. Now, as I said before, let's get down into the video game business and let's get to work. We're back here again. After reporting on the situation, Alicia Galaby offered the prince their service once again. Oh. Well, this will be interesting, my Dory fans. 5th of September 2019, 7 p.m. Here we go. Okay, we'll start with this character then. Okay, we've got 300. But, let's go. Let me just give you a lot. My button. There we go. Okay, they all got one each, so. Probably not, but who knows, who knows.
And like always, you've completed your mission.
Like always?
Those words don't come from me. You must know what they say about you here.
No, I don't know. Enlighten me.
Well, you have kind of a reputation. It's actually rather flattering.
Okay.
What exactly do they say?
Oh, you want to know? I didn't think...
Simple curiosity, nothing more.
Everybody kept saying that Caleb Bazori has been in tough spots before, and that you come through them unscathed. They were right.
Don't listen to gossip. Forge your own opinions.
Don't worry about it.
It's not a natural thing here. It takes some experience.
Mens et manus.
Oh, I should add more education in mine. Can I? Damn it.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. It's Latin. My mind wandered for a moment. You didn't tell me what was in those vials you gave the prince.
I don't see how that's any of your business.
To make up your own mind about something, the best way is to go to the source. And apparently, Jason Moore is well informed.
I see. You'll have to be patient, Fang.
Do you think your success on the mission could play to our advantage? I mean, for...
The prince will decide your fate when the time comes. Being useful to her can't hurt. How do you feel about it?
Honestly, I just want to get it over with. Like when you're going into finals?
Even if there's no going back?
It's a little late for that, isn't it?
It is.
Your child, Beryl Underwood, did he have any second thoughts?
I don't want to discuss it.
He's your only child, so I wondered how it went. Well, could you enlighten me?
Oh. That's honestly, or why? Don't want to click on the wrong word, that's the real question, but if I had to choose, go on, see.
Beryl is very different from you. He always has been. I was blind. It won't happen again. Beryl would have begged me to get what he wanted. Your patience reassures me. I'm making the right choice with you.
You seem to really have a problem with him.
Yes, and that's why you must stay away from him.
This separation between you, what caused it?
Don't dig too far into it. You know this is something I don't discuss.
That's too bad.
Oh, okay. Huh. It's be a hard part, don't you? Go this one.
I'm not one to beat around the bush, especially on a matter like this. So either be frank with me, or be silent.
I'm sorry, it's just that it's not easy for me.
I'm listening.
Beryl asked me to come by and see him.
Did you?
I didn't think anything bad could happen. I actually thought that...
You ignored what I told you. Don't ever do that again. What did he want with you?
Nothing in particular. He wanted to get to know me. He told me about Seattle, the Camarilla. He was just being nice, that's all.
Beryl isn't nice. He's dangerous. I'm going to have a word with him.
But...
Wait here.
Just one more, and then you can go rest.
All right. Thanks, Ms. Ortiz. She went a little heavy on the rum.
Any news here?
Everyone is stressed out. I've never seen anything like it. They're all talking in hushed voices. They barely dare to look at each other.
People and their moods. I'm not interested in that.
I saw them take one of Jason Moore's bodyguards below. To question him, I imagine. That could be of interest to you. Say, how are things with the girl?
Excuse me.
It's Zhu Feng, right?
She's not a girl.
Things going okay?
The interest certain people have taken in her has given me cause for concern.
Maybe that's something you should talk about with the person in question. Do you think you'll embrace her soon?
As soon as possible, once the prince gives me permission.
You met Fang at MIT, didn't you?
Yes, I went to see her.
How did that go?
I told her I was the CEO of a company that wanted to take sustainability seriously.
Smart.
She didn't reject the idea. She took it as a challenge. I liked that about her. She did everything she could to bring about real change in me. She would be an incredible asset for the Kindred.
I've never embraced anyone.
Okay.
How come?
The story of my life, and my unlife. I have no progeny, mortal or otherwise.
By choice?
Yes, and no. When things weren't so strict, I could have asked, but I didn't have anyone in mind. Not like you and Fang. Now it's too late, as I've clearly been made to understand.
Maybe you'll get another chance.
Oh, you mean that after the SI's done with us, our overpopulation problem will be solved?
I didn't mean it like that.
But still. Be that as it may, I hope the prince will allow you to do it.
I don't know.
I hope last night isn't weighing on you too heavily.
I'm all right.
The prince won't base her decision on just that. You've already proven your worth, Mr. Bazori.
We'll see about that. I'd better be going.
See you.
Interesting, interesting. Oh. Better get going.
A message from Caius. Need you downstairs. Urgent issue. Bad timing. I'm going to have to choose. Help Caius or speak with Beryl.
Oh, joyful.
There's no point in hanging around here bothering me. It's gonna take me a while.
Very well, Mr. Sheridan. Please excuse me. The pile's not getting any smaller.
Whoa. Someone's had a bit of a mess.
It's too slow. What a shitstorm!
Please, April is really tense. Can you come help us? I don't know how this will all end, but I'd rather not think about it.
Interesting pictures.
Everything's gotta go.
Confidential. 2018. Animal Visual Reports was Miss Iverson request. This report provides summary of Mr. J.
It's like
Mr.
we spent
J.
all these years
Hall.
working for nothing.
Okay. Annual to the Finance Administration of his doings. The data provided Wealth Manager leads us to the conclusion that according to a year was balanced for this year, the absence of any sustainable profile expected investment made.
Everything's gotta go.
Shut it! Turning on nearly development expansion. Southern Street. Dr. Richard Dunham purchased a lab equipment for the decoration and expansion of the
It's
bar
like we spent
area.
all these years working for nothing.
Investment of the renovation laboratory expense made by several real estate properties for the expansion of Red Sanitary. Another portion of the profits was transferred to the Harvard Charity Sport Research as stipulated in a pre-revocation agreement. Mr. Jamal recorded that in July he had requested detailed account expense incur which appears to have corrected
Everything's gotta go.
some of the occasion in assessments. In the respect, we would like to emphasize that given his success in protecting
we
our
spent all
interests,
these
in
years
the
working for
strongly
nothing.
recommended that Mr. J. Moore's personal protection be maintained for the coming year. Mr. J. Moore recommendation for 2019 expansion of the real estate portfolio in the neighborhood is the dominant. Mr. J. Moore has managed to convince about the owners decided the equation for throughout the year.
Everything's gotta go.
Investment is 60 million with value to 82 million down. Development of personal continuous investment in doctor's research, but with the establishment of the financial administration in the person of Mr. Underwood to manage the financial aspect of the site. Continue
It's
to
like we
note
spent
that the
all these
Harvard.
years working for nothing.
I'm gonna come over there in a minute if you keep saying the same thing again. Research Mr. J. Moore recommends that the unification agreement with the Harvard stipulation that research be relocated
Everything's
to
gotta go.
Boston following. If I hear you say it one more time, I'm gonna get you. The research engines of the agreement, in fact, he thinks it is furthermore to monitor the amount involved as closely as possible. Interesting. Are you the one saying it? Yeah, I think it. Yeah, you did it.
If you've got a question, take it to Ms. Bosley.
Yeah, you got a
I'm
set.
sorry, I really don't have time right now. Mr. Bazori, if you've got a question, take it to Ms. Bosley.
Also, you
I'm
keep asking when
sorry,
I'm
I
reading
really
your
don't have time right now.
info. Bloody thing. Have we done in this room? No, we haven't. Ooh, we haven't.
My sire collected books too. He left them all behind when he left. My sire collected
Can I take a
books
book?
too. He left them all behind.
So let's take a book, but why does not let me
when
take
he
it?
left. My sire collected
Okay,
books
okay,
too.
okay, so let me take it.
He left them all behind
This is
when he left.
the library may suit all books. There's a lot of libraries in the USA. Got one in Cambridge, Jefferson's, Boston. Okay. Any clues over here? No. Okay, to this one. Wait, do I do this one? Oh. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm just looking around.
A rose, of course. Divas sure love their theatrics.
Yeah, you don't mind if you use a pure, thank you. 9 p.m. Sorry, 9:10 past p.m. Business annual reports. At p.m. you have a cater party. Some of all guests. Okay, okay.
If only Hazel would listen to me.
Want to talk?
Caleb, you don't come here often. Sorry, things are a little hectic here. As you can see.
What's going on?
Code Red. We're destroying all of our files. Following protocol.
You're destroying all our files?
No, not everything. Obviously. Some information needs to be saved. The rest will be a treasure trove for anyone who wants to harm us. That's what's got to disappear. It's a huge undertaking. And of course, Hazel's putting major pressure on me. She's normally a little high-strung, but you can imagine how much worse it's become.
It's her job. She's trying to keep us from going down with the ship, no matter the cost.
I agree. And you know how much I love Hazel. But it's starting to get hard to manage. My efficiency might be the stuff of legend, but even I make mistakes. How about you? Is everything all right?
After last night, who could say that?
I mean, you know, your condition.
My condition?
You know, you're the eldest among us now.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Are you worried about me, or the void I'll leave behind?
You're an essential asset for the Camarilla. You disappearing now would be one of the worst possible things that can happen to us.
It's true that reliability is a virtue in decline.
Don't leave us. That's all. For Hazel's sake.
I've got my own reasons to stay.
I was wondering, what is it like? Do you hear voices? Does it come at you all at once?
Oh. Okay.
It's more like a feeling. A light one at first. Then it grows, and grows, until it becomes unbearable.
It doesn't look so unbearable for you.
I'm hanging on, but you shouldn't worry about it. You're still very young.
Listen to us. Talking about growing old, like mortals do.
What's wrong?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just the Second Inquisition attack. You're the only person here who doesn't seem fazed by it. London seems so far away. Now they're here. They're destroying the people we know. I really need to get back to work.
Good luck.
Fair enough. I have no idea if I'm going the right way. That's the bar.
I've seen princes come and go. In the end, it always comes down to a struggle for power between the prince and their primogen. Hazel is strong, but will she last much longer?
Ooh.
The Convention of Thorns, an important step in our history.
Wait, can we actually read them? I feel like I've seen this somewhere before somewhere.
A copy of a treatise on metal transfusion. Dijon gave it to Hazel when they first started working together.
Oh, okay. On the London court. Interesting, okay. Based on most recent information available, we can draw the following conclusion. Although no official thesis was ever attempted at the turn of the millennium, it was commonly believed that there were many more than 200 vampires living in the Greater London area. The city's massive size made it rather easy for newcomers to come and seek their fortune while hiding from the court as a deterrent conduit who was not registered with the London court, where they considered to be a fair game for the rude and other bounty hunters who could possibly tolerate. This practice often turns newcomers at Hagcom involved even the upper levels of the London Carmela. Indeed, Queen Annie herself was a practitioner of the belief, and for a long time she took every opportunity to claim the blood of the undesirable. In 2008, Mortals reported an uptick in areas, including the bodies that temporarily appeared dead at the same time. The same report was made by a team in charge of a human traffic case first. These new and theoretical suspects are referred to as infected. It is believed today that this information, which is the most recent of our possession, has been cross-checked by several structures in the country, but must not have been taken seriously by Queen Annie. London fell in the following year, as did Vienna. Nothing more was heard from there overnight. There was no risky. The story of the fall of London gives us hope that mortals believe they have finished us off. Until then, the Carmela must build an even stronger and more robust masquerade. Now, you know Dracula. Well, there's another vampire. I think she's more powerful than Dracula. Like I said, I could be wrong. I've only heard the names now and again, like through social media or and YouTube, or or even on TikTok. I'm away. Camellia is one of the other female strongest vampires, known as either the Alpha or Omega vampire way. But I definitely have heard that female vampire name, Camellia. You don't remind me. I'll come to you in a minute. I just want to look at the books. Let's see what this will say. Also known blood display declines of immortal sorcery. There are no limits to the type of ritual created by of their field of application. We will force here on the different branches of this also because a few testified of the secret of the blood witches. Oh, the path of blood, where the power of beauty can be manipulated. The ritual, where magical formulas with the immovable effects are invented and jealously guarded. Oh.
The First Inquisition. The first time our supremacy was challenged.
From the history of Boston, Camaraderia. Was Madeline Coventry. In 1635, August. After that, the Blue Blood settled in the city and ruled the entire Massachusetts colony after driving out of the Buja, Gangrel, and Magfa families took control of the city during the American Revolution in 1783. There's much confusion in regards to the distribution of the power, and the Federal returned to the city and created the Boston. This was also the time when several activists began to attack commercial settlement throughout the Boston area, the chances of Boston and City competed for the dominance for almost half a century. Sorry, okay. Taken by the Sabbath in 1831, the children of Malka took defense of 25. King III became the prince of the city until his death in 2014. Oh, well, lived quite a long time. Having this further given its beacon has been asked to content with the masturbation of the Sabbath, the powerful Giovanni in Boston, and the British who held his position more than a century secret alliance to pit one of the group against the other, eventually defeated by them. Tearing each other apart, the prince kept the Hope at bay, in part of accepting the British support of William Baltimore. A number of American vampires who were unhappy with the British president created a government of liberty to oppose colonization, and Hartford, New Haven residence was organized under the name of Gemini League. The beaconing freed the city from the British influence as well as from the control of the children of Valkav. But perhaps the fact of London had not been responded for several years was the reason for the British withdrawal. In any case, this Hazelwood and a member of the KOL naturally rose to the head of the domain, restoring Boston to its former glory long by the precise collaboration with London. Boston was once again America strong and free. Oh.
A peace agreement that put an end to a bloody revolt. Ancilla against neonates. Camarilla against anarchs.
Sure, we can't read it, but... Oh, almost got... Sorry, okay.
Caleb, I was wondering when I'd run into you.
Victoria, what a surprise. I didn't know you had decided to walk among us.
I'm always where you'd least expect me. It feels like I've been away for ages. Boston has changed so much. The only thing that hasn't changed is your steadfast presence at court.
Is that a problem?
You know it's not. I'm just surprised, that's all. There's a whole world outside this city, you know?
I'll serve our family as long as it needs me.
You are a reassuring presence. I must admit I was a bit
Surprised not to find Quentin King in charge.
Quentin gave in to the beckoning 4 years ago. Ms. Iverson runs Boston now.
How droll. I never thought King would give up his precious crown. He was so attached to it. Iverson is lucky she can count on your loyalty. You're a valuable resource, Caleb. Especially in times like these.
I'm only doing my duty.
Ever the cheerful one.
Which one should we pick? Yeah, what was
I hadn't heard you were coming to Boston.
Indeed. I wouldn't be stuck in this tower if I hadn't gotten wind of your arrangement with Hartford.
Well, isn't that a shame?
It's not been a complete waste. I met your prince, and I got to see a few old friends. I just hope it's not at the cost of my unlife.
You don't seem to be hurt. I take it you weren't at the party last night.
Heavens no. I was in your prince's personal suite. We hadn't even left yet when the Code Red was initiated.
Good timing.
Okay.
Good timing indeed. When I think that the Second Inquisition's butchers were lying in wait, I'd shiver. If I could.
So many elders are gone, and yet, here you are. How is it possible?
Because I want to. That's all. I enjoy my existence. Why give it up?
But you must also feel that force. The insistent calling, night after night.
Yes, but unlike so many others, I have a reason to resist. Don't you?
I still have some ties that keep me here. I won't leave without having one more child.
You're sure taking your time.
I'm waiting for the prince's blessing. It shouldn't be long now. Fang will be embraced soon.
Fang! Oh yes, I see. She seems charming, spirited even. You have a knack for finding true gems. I remember your sire, Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
I didn't see him at court. I remember he was very popular back in the day.
He left with all the others.
Oh. I know the two of you were very close. His absence must have left quite the void.
The first few years were hard. I had a lot of respect for the man. His departure was like a betrayal to me. He left me alone, in charge of a city without a prince, surrounded by neonates. It was unfair.
I understand. You deserve better than that.
Not just me. The whole court fell apart when the Anceli disappeared one by one. Building it back up was an ordeal.
But you did it, and you should be proud of what you've accomplished.
Pride is for the ambitious. I'm just doing my duty.
As always.
You seem to have met Feng.
We had the chance to talk last night. She was pacing the floor while you were gone.
I told her to keep quiet.
And she did. She's a smart, young woman of great consequence. You shouldn't treat her like a child.
She's still young and naive. This is the first time she's come with me to court.
Really? Well, she's doing very well for a beginner. You should be proud of your apprentice, Caleb. She knows how to behave. I've known children who were less well-mannered.
Your own?
I embraced some pretty strong personalities. I know how hard it is to let go.
I'm not overprotective of her, if that's what you mean.
That's not the impression you give off. I hope you're able to find a balance, or you'll both suffer.
My obligations to Hazel kept me away from the court last night. Did I miss anything important?
No, nothing much. I ran into Burrell. He was with your charming little protege.
I don't like the sound of that. Did you hear their conversation?
That would have been very impolite of me.
Good evening.
Goodbye, Caleb.
Don't want to cause anything there.
Sorry, Mr. Bazori. Miss Drory's quarters are off limits.
What's going on here?
Mr. Leto's orders. We've got to clean up.
Oh. Moving on.
Asshole. What a nightmare. It's chaos here.
Any clues? Any clues? Oh wait, what's this?
Reading tarot.
I thought they
Those
were.
who are uncertain as to what the future holds for them.
Charming, charming.
Now she's sending you.
Run into some trouble with the prince?
That's a question to ask Hazel. She's the one who doesn't know what she wants.
You seem unusually tense. Are you sure she's the problem?
Obviously, the whole situation is a nightmare, but Hazel's not helping. She's obviously overwhelmed, and I'm not the only one who thinks so. I don't know how you still put up with her.
You owe your place in the Primogen to her.
What, you think I don't know that? I've always done my best to keep her from screwing things up. But when she reached out to Hartford... After what happened last night, I'm not sure you realize just how deep the shit we are in goes.
And I suppose you have the solution?
Maybe. Not that I'm happy about it. There's interesting stuff going on in other places. Boston's not the center of the universe.
We don't know who can be trusted. This is no time to leave. If the prince has kept you in the dark, she must have had a good reason for it. Just look at what happened.
Open your eyes, Caleb! The Boston Camarilla is crumbling before our eyes! What are the odds we survive?
Hazel has things under control. We'll get through this.
I have a hard time believing that. We have to prepare for the worst.
This kind of talk is beneath you.
You know what it's like! To feel called to be elsewhere.
That has nothing to do with this. Salem isn't elsewhere. You won't be any safer there.
It's just a starting point. We thaumaturgs will find a way to deal with it.
I see that you've planned for everything.
I've already lost too much time. You shouldn't waste your time either.
If you leave, Hazel will catch up with you.
What do you mean?
You know, she doesn't like people who have been disloyal, especially now.
Hazel doesn't need new enemies. She should be wary.
Be careful.
Goodbye, Caleb.
Okay.
Caleb, our secret agent is back already. The soldier is on furlough.
Not for long, I'm afraid. The prince will undoubtedly have some new task for me.
At least she trusts you. She hardly speaks to her primogen. Even Beryl is in the dark.
He's not used to that. It'll be good for him.
Are you still not talking?
You could say that.
Any regrets?
I'm planning to make up for it with Fang.
Oh, so that's why you've become attached to that girl.
I'm not attached to her. She's an asset for the Camarilla, and a necessary balance to temper Beryl's wicked games.
Personally, I find that giving a child so much power is dangerous. The problem is that you have to watch them all the time. Otherwise, they end up making a mess of things.
But trying to influence them is pointless.
You must be subtle about it, that's all. I give Amem just enough freedom so that she doesn't completely hate me. But I know exactly how to make her do whatever I want. Do you really think you'll have time to embrace Fang?
What do you mean?
Well, with all the elders gone, who knows who'll be next?
That's not something I'm willing to discuss with you.
Suit yourself.
No, excuse me, I have to go.
Of course.
Mr. Bazori, your child is in his office.
It's locked from the inside.
Caleb, by all means, make yourself right at home.
Don't mind if I do. What's in here?
Beryl, always ready to jump at the slightest opportunity. Fang is in her rightful place on the cover of this type of magazine. There's a reason I chose her. Fang used this glass, so she's been here. I don't like the sound of that. Beryl used this glass. He only drinks with mortals. It sets them at ease.
You? Here? How extraordinarily rare. To what do I owe the honor?
Enough, Beryl. Did you speak with Fang?
I'm not one to keep an eye on the comings and goings of your retainers.
Did you speak to her?
So much fuss about nothing.
Okay.
You know very well what she is to me, and what she'll be soon.
If the prince authorizes it.
It's only a matter of time.
I sincerely hope so. I ran into her recently, it's true, but we hardly said a word to one another.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it right now. I know you saw Fang. Right here. I already told you not to speak to her again.
Come again?
Don't try to deny it. You spoke to her.
Fine, she came here. I don't see what the problem is.
What exactly is driving you?
Unlike you, I don't try to control the lives of those around me. Fang still
great.
enjoys a certain degree of freedom, doesn't she? To choose whom she sees? We ran into each other by accident, and we didn't speak for long.
She is mine. She cannot decide for herself. I won't have her coming anywhere near you.
You might want to rethink your methods. If she didn't need to talk to me so badly, I would have refused to see her. I really don't see the harm in it.
It's not your business to understand.
I'd really like to, though. I just wanted to give her some advice. To help guide her through this brave, dangerous new world. When it comes to that, I don't think you're doing enough. Am I mistaken?
You needn't worry. She's been introduced to everyone. I don't intend to leave her defenseless among the drooling predators skulking in the corners. And she might just surprise you.
I'm sure she will.
She's worth far more than your estimations.
Is she worth more than me?
Are you sure you want an answer to that?
All right, all right. I never took you for the fatherly sort. But I guess anyone at any age is vulnerable to the winds of change. Your concern for Fang is to your credit. It really is. However, I can't help making comparisons with my own past experiences.
You shouldn't.
It was long ago, I admit. But I'm still your only child.
You're jealous.
I'm not jealous. Although I do regret the unfortunate turn our relationship has taken. I'm worried about Fang, honestly. You would worry too if you were in my shoes. I just want to make sure she doesn't go through the same thing I did. The crushing weight of disappointment. The distance. The disdain.
Beryl, I'm sorry. I made a mistake with you.
A mistake? What, pray tell, did you ever do to make things go awry? You dropped me in a hornet's nest and left me to dodge the stings. I've been nothing but alone from the very start. You gave up, Caleb. And did you ever once consider fixing your mistake?
That's why I'm doing things differently with Fang. I don't want to make the same mistake again.
Ah, such eloquence, which never ceases to surprise me. You've always wielded words with such deadly skill. But there is one small detail it seems you have forgotten. You won't be there for her much longer.
What?
Think about it. You're the oldest person in this city now. It gnaws at you like it does all the elders. You can feel it inside you, and it will grow and grow until you finally give in. How long do you think it will be before you leave too?
That's a subject you should avoid bringing up.
Why?
I'm not the only one who feels the urge to leave. You feel it too. We can't do anything about it. Using it as a pretext for your dubious behavior is inappropriate.
I don't see how avoiding a subject that concerns all of us, especially you, could be a good thing. For once, I was looking out for someone. I know you think I'm selfish, a manipulator, but things aren't always black or white. You of all people should know that. I'm worried for Fang. She needs someone, because you can't be there for her all the time.
I thought I had made myself clear. I don't want to hear about any more secret meetings between the two of you.
Have no fear. I know what I must do.
Watch yourself.
I think we've said just about all there is to say. You'd best be going.
I wasn't planning on staying. Be sure of that.
It's been a pleasure. Please excuse me if I don't see you out.
He's unpredictable. I need to take more drastic measures if I want to stop him from causing trouble.
We're waiting for Mr. Leto's signal. Until then, if you have any questions, save them. Got it?
No problem.
Great. Weren't you the one who was doing surveillance on the Roxbury bunch?
No, doesn't ring a bell.
You all look alike. Servants and their loose lips.
I want to report on his activities pronto. I don't like the sound of that at all.
I don't get the feeling our
There you
are
are.
getting anywhere.
Follow
I
me,
think we should
please.
leave them a
We'll
little
speak in
before we
private.
question them. We're too easy on them.
Okay. The report evolution report. Once again, all analytics is positive regarding the global population has towards the last incident, which has a major spot. However, it should notice that this conservative of apologies this is sometimes be a vital, or even reversed by the end of the millennium. Put another important issue that needs to be closed served quality from all which is starting to decline despite the trend towards organic. The natural producer that we had recently, the social and economic balance do not allow us to reserve the tendency of the decline of quality of our mortals. Also, we note a considerably satisfactory state of our resources at the expense of our quality.
I don't get the feeling our interrogations are getting anywhere. I think we should bleed them a little before we question them. We're too easy on them.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
Taking report of the modern evolution of environment degradation. Pollution and environment degradation are some of the major problems occurring in planning planet. The source of caused by factors that adversary impact the basic function of the ecosystem and further sustainability of all life resources and mortal existence. These environment problems, especially global warming, are currently very worrying for the future of the planet, consistently on the maintenance of the satisfactory quantity and level of our blood supply. Several phenomena are responsible for degradation and pollution of the environment. Overpopulation. Presence of the danger of the environment because of the increase of population requires more building more food, which involves deforestation as well as over-exploration and pollution of the land. Production of polluting waste. The desert waste produced by humans are major cause of environment. It comes from an intensive and unreasonable production and chemical product. This waste from industrial activities, factories and hospitals is a source of toxic emission. Large scales of production is also a threat to the environment because it leads to the air, water and soil pollution and has an effect on human, animals and planet health. So plant health. Sorry, tongue tied there.
No problem.
Miss Rory's disappearance isn't making things any easier.
She always said she preferred paper to digital.
Ah.
Blood tests from the Red Salon.
I know, better go.
Can we get this over with quickly?
You wanted to see me?
Happy to see you, Caleb. We don't usually let anybody down here, but I can bend the rules for you.
To what do I owe this honor?
I need you. Something's come up. On the night of the attack, someone sent a message to an unauthorized recipient.
Ooh.
Do you know who it was?
Not now, but I will soon enough. Otherwise, the prince will have my head. Caleb,
Yeah.
I need
Don't know you're still alive though.
I get the feeling that it's all connected. It's too huge to be a coincidence.
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Jara Drory.
It's easy to accuse someone who's not here to defend herself.
Yes, and I might have it all wrong. But I wouldn't accuse her unless I had serious doubts. Think it through carefully. For starters, she's one of the few who knows how the system works.
She'd be able to cover her tracks, wouldn't she?
Maybe. But maybe she made a mistake.
I don't know. Jara has most likely been destroyed by now.
Do you have any evidence supporting what you're suggesting? Anyways, nothing concrete. Just a hunch, if you want to call it that. In my place, under the current circumstances, I can't really go poking my nose in her business.
And I can.
Nobody will bother you. I'm not asking for much. Just take a look in Jara's room to see if you can find anything that ties her to any of this. And if you could do it quickly.
Why?
Because I'm about to erase a ton of data. It's the Code Red protocol. And since Jara vanished, the prince wants her personal data to disappear along with her. That doesn't give us much time. You in?
I could maybe go and take a look around.
Great. I found a key to her room. Take it.
Thanks.
It's our last chance to recover the data from Jara Drury's computer before everything disappears for good. Just insert this thumb drive and it will download everything I need. If she betrayed us, I'll know.
Fine. I'll go see what I can find.
Thanks. One last thing.
Uh-huh.
If you could keep this just between you and me.
Fine.
And don't come back to see me here. It's supposed to be sealed. It'll look suspicious. I'll send in an engineer after you. Give him the drive when you're done, but don't tell him anything. We have to keep this between us.
As you wish. Security has been increased to the maximum. I've never seen anything like it. Security has been increased to the maximum. I've never seen anything like it.
We're going to wipe this server soon.
A list of ingredients and side effects.
Mr. Bazori, it's a pleasure to have you back here.
James, isn't it? Jason Moore's bodyguard.
Yes, Mr. Bazori.
I've got some questions for you.
I've already answered so many questions.
Moore was at the party. So were you.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it.
I'm here to help you. And to help you, I need to know what happened. I need you.
I'd like to help. Really, I would.
Then it's up to you.
I hardly remember anything, except that they were shooting from all directions. We were lucky to make it out of there in one piece. Seriously lucky.
Anything else?
No. I'm sorry.
You weren't with Moore yesterday. You went against standing orders.
No, he sent me to his office.
Why?
I was supposed to pick up some files. He was being really weird, like he was stalling for time.
You were supposed to bring him here, weren't you?
Yeah, but he said he had to get some documents from his place, and then he sent me to his office. At the time, I didn't think too much of it, but looking back on it, he was really doing everything he could not to leave with us.
You should have been more attentive. What happened once you got to his office?
I had a hard time finding what he wanted. He wasn't very clear about where I'd be able to find some specific invoices.
You lost precious time. You weren't his handservant.
When I came back, the police had the whole place roped off, so I came straight here. And since then, I've done nothing but answer questions and wait.
How naive. I must leave you.
I get the feeling I'll be staying here a long time. I want to make those bastards pay!
If you ask me, there's not much more you'll be able to get out of this retainer besides blood. But go ahead.
Mr. Bazori, your child left a few minutes ago.
It's locked from the inside.
Okay, let's see. Okay. So, I would have liked to given you this bond that you've been waiting for so long, but I can't bring myself okay have you situation. But don't be afraid, I will never abandon you, child, never. We are bound together, we are one. Since that's the first night, the first insight, nothing can ever keep us apart, I promise.
Let's see if Caius was right. Jara always was old-fashioned. Whatever's in this box must be important.
I wonder. It's like a little twirly code thing, but I could be wrong. Oh, obviously your presence, so there must be something in here. Oh, okay. Just guess I'm not doing no work, huh?
Jara was conducting her own investigation. There is no way Caius would be expecting that.
I see. There's a lot now.
It appears Caius was wrong. He and Jara may have been looking for the same individual. Jara has always been wary of new technology. Jara has always been wary of new technology.
Oh, I see. Huh. Part of the picture. Of that box. Huh. Never mind. Okay. Let's do this.
That should take less than a minute. I hope Caius will be able to use what's on this thumb drive. I think that's everything. Now it's Caius's turn.
Hello, Mr. Bazori. Mr. Leto asked me to wait until you were done. He also told me you'd have something for me.
Here it is. Give it to him, and him alone.
And don't ask any questions. I get it. Are you done here?
You may proceed.
Thanks.
I hope Caius knows what he's doing. Hazel is probably ready to see me now. I won't make her wait.
prince is ready to see you now.
Hmm.
Great.
Caleb.
My prince.
We were expecting you.
How may I be of service to you this time?
One thing at a time. The situation has changed. The money is gone. The accounts have been emptied.
What? That's impossible.
Only Jason Moore could have transferred the money. The situation is dire.
Moore would never have done it on his own. He would never have dared.
I agree. It's much too bold a move for him. And that's what concerns me the most. Someone used him to attack us. Someone who was extremely well prepared.
Hmm. So it's gonna be a bit hard to choose. Which one to pick though? It's gotta be one of these. Yeah, it could be that.
It might be one of our own.
That's what I think. It's the most plausible explanation.
If there's a traitor among us, I'll have their head.
One thing at a time. I'll take care of the traitor, personally. Failure is a luxury we will soon be unable to afford. If you have nothing more to say, we can move on to the reason I sent for you.
What did you think about Richard Dunham's file?
Money that should be going to me seems to go missing whenever he touches it. Richard is far too important to me. I can't afford to upset him now. But if his research doesn't pay off soon, I won't hesitate to show him my disappointment.
Did you read Jaradrori's file?
I wish I'd never seen it.
There's too much I despise in it.
She never mentioned she was monitoring the Primogen's finances. Or this, Catapotis. What on earth is it?
I've got no idea.
It doesn't add up. It seemed important to her.
But she's not here to shed any light on it. I'm listening.
I've asked for your presence here because I have a new mission for you. Delsin was able to track down the men who attacked us.
It wasn't easy, but it was impossible for them to disappear without leaving a trace after what they did yesterday.
Where are they hiding?
Long Island.
Yes, of course. An abandoned facility just off the coast. An old fort. It's the ideal place for a secret base.
And certainly much more. Who knows what they're up to out there?
How is it we didn't notice a thing?
They have abundant resources, and we're short on eyes.
It doesn't matter. We'll find the people responsible for the situation later. Our most pressing issue is preventing them from striking us again.
How?
You're going to go there and kill their leader.
As I've said before, you can count on me.
Good. That's what I was hoping you'd say. When the time comes, I won't forget to reward those who've been loyal to me.
I won't let you down. What's the plan?
They evacuated the bodies from the site of the party, which is how we were able to pick up their trail.
There's a small, nondescript warehouse at Jeffrey's Point. As far as we can tell, their transfers from Boston to Long Island are made by boat. To avoid drawing attention to themselves, they've chosen to employ only small craft. There are bodies packed in the warehouse waiting to be shipped over. Do you get the picture?
You want me to disguise myself as a body to be evacuated?
Exactly. All you have to do is stop simulating your vital functions for a few hours.
It's risky.
It's risky, but it's now or never. We might never get another opportunity. We have to try.
The last transfer is probably going to take place tonight. After that, there's no way of knowing when we'll get another chance.
I need to know the details.
Let us worry about getting you into the warehouse. We've made all the preparations. You won't have to worry about a thing until you get to Long Island.
We know where they are. Why go through their warehouse?
Charging into Long Island blind would be far too risky.
And with a traitor in our midst, I'd rather keep this to a small circle of trusted people, to avoid any other unpleasant surprises.
And after that?
Once you're on the island, you'll be in uncharted territory. You'll be on your own.
Who is my target?
Walter Stanford.
He's the head of the Boston Task Force. He's part of what they call the Society of Leopold.
Someone else will take his place.
No need for you to worry about that for the time being. Your mission is to eliminate Stanford, and that's all.
Okay.
What do we know about this Stanford?
Not much. They're very careful. He was sent from the Vatican, and he brought other fanatics with him. If he's here, it means that Rome has faith in him, and that can't be good for us.
He's got to be taken out.
What's the Vatican getting out of all this?
Your guess is as good as mine. But it seems that the kind are trying to get a better understanding of us in order to hunt us more effectively. These priests have been our enemies for ages. They have knowledge.
Putting an end to them is crucial. We must keep our enemies from unifying their strength.
I don't wish to be the bearer of ill tidings, but what if I fail? Do you have a backup plan?
Caleb, you won't fail. You're our only hope. We place all our trust in you to complete this essential mission.
There's no room for error, Bazori.
Aren't you worried someone will tip off the SI? There's still a traitor among us.
The traitors, my department. You need to strike quickly, and don't let anyone know of your plans. We can't take the slightest risk.
All right. I've heard enough.
Very well. Then you should get going. We've already lost enough time.
Very well. My prince.
Ooh. Hmm. Ah, okay. Now where am I go? Hmm. Trying to figure something here. Just want to make sure, he's prepared, See, with these, you have to try and choose carefully. You never know. Maybe put one more just in case. Alright, I guess we'll... Okay, I think that was the deal. Here we go.
I'm guessing you tipped Bazori off to the traitor?
Yes.
Any news?
Nothing since Richard's report. My city is in danger. Everything I've built, all the dreams I've invested. That Judas is a threat to everything.
Not for long. You'll bounce back.
Yes. Congratulations on your negotiations with the Chantry. Our agreement with Hartford is crucial.
Your wish is my command.
I always knew I could count on you. You're a true ally, a loyal one, a future asset in my Primogen. But one thing at a time. Before we get there, I have another favor to ask of you.
What a surprise.
About what I told you earlier concerning Delsin and Long Island. I've got a plan.
Oh, I know that look. Hazel.
This is the best moment to strike.
That sounds like the definition of rushing into things.
Yes, but we have no choice. Delsin?
We need to blind them, from the inside. They know too much about it. We have to change that. For that, we need someone to hit them with a surprise attack from within their compound.
I wish that person luck.
It's you.
That's way out of my league.
Hazel's not asking for your opinion. You proved you were reliable with Hartford. We need your skill sets for such a risky and vital task.
That's precisely what's got me on edge.
It's your chance to prove to the court once and for all that you deserve a place on the council, MM. After this, you'll be untouchable.
I sure hope so. All right. How do I get on this island? By boat?
I doubt it. Coastline's under surveillance.
So I swim across. All right. What then?
Kaya's wrote a program that can help us. If you can upload it into their system, it'll corrupt all the data they've got in their database. Their systems, the archives, it'll all be lost.
Allowing us to cover our tracks.
It's our best shot at making it through this. You'll just have to insert it into a computer that's on their network. That's absolutely essential. Any questions?
Yeah, can we succeed?
Your plan sounds pretty old school. There's no way to do that remotely?
We've tried, but Leto's agents weren't able to breach their security. Their network's too highly protected. That's why we need you.
I see. Am I allowed to take a partner? I'd feel a lot better about this if I had someone covering my back.
I understand, but that's not possible. We're already taking a risk by sending a person in to infiltrate their hideout.
Got it. So, let me get this straight. You want me to infiltrate the enemy base alone? The same enemies who just slaughtered half the camp.
Quit whining. You can have help.
Oh, really?
Your task will not be easy. You'll need a diversion while you sabotage their system. A raid near their base, for example.
That could work. Who will you send?
I refuse to sacrifice any more of our people. So we might as well send in the riffraff. The Anarchs could do the job.
Come again?
You heard me. I want you to go see them and convince them to go with you to Long Island.
You're trying to thin their herd.
I'm balancing the scales, that's all.
They can't stand us. They'll never agree to fight for us, let alone on their own without us.
They don't have to know they'll be alone. Lead them to believe our forces will join up with them. The SI is a threat to the entire city. They're just as concerned as we are.
Send someone else to negotiate. A real emissary.
No one else knows the Anarchs as well as you do. They go to your clubs, don't they? They know who you are. They know they can trust you.
I barely know them. I see a couple of them once in a while, but that's it. We're not exactly friends.
You're still in the best position to negotiate with them.
Yeah. I'm not comfortable with the idea of sending them to be slaughtered. It's despicable.
It's just politics. And it's probably your only chance to come back in one piece.
What if I refuse?
I won't let you. Your conscience is of no concern to me. The only thing that matters is our survival. And too bad if it keeps you up at night.
The true face of the Camarilla. Right then. Let's say I agree.
You don't have a choice, but I'll humor you.
How am I supposed to go about it? I can't just go chasing down every Anarch I know to ask for their help.
There's only one Anarch that counts. Their Baron.
Randall Thane?
That's right. He's in charge of the various Anarch gangs in the region. I don't know where he is right now. You'll need to use your network.
I've got an idea of who I can ask. What can I use as leverage if they try to negotiate?
Money, favors. Offer them whatever seems useful.
All right.
One more thing. Don't tell anyone about your task, not even your sire. I don't want the council poking their noses into this. That will be all. I'm counting on you, MM. Be careful, and good luck.
I'm gonna need it.
There you are. I'm sorry I wasn't here to meet you when you got back. I was busy.
No worries.
I heard your little adventure with our guests was quite the success. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I was just about to go grab a bite. Join me?
Is that a question or an order?
Let's say it's a strong recommendation. One you can't really refuse.
That's what it sounded like. Please, lead the way.
Very well.
So I've been quiet with events, just
Is there something in particular you
stories.
wanted to talk to me about?
Can't I simply offer you a drink without you reading something into it?
No.
All right, fine. Your new mission has been giving me pause to think.
I'm sorry, but I can't talk about it. Hazel made that exceedingly clear. If she thinks things are better like that, I believe her.
For God's sake, Amem, I'm your sire. You should trust me, not that snake in the grass.
Personally, I've never had anything bad to say about Hazel.
Unlike me. Is that it? You'd be singing a different tune if you knew what I know.
If I knew what?
Nothing. You wouldn't believe me anyways.
Fine. I'll just make your life miserable until you spill the beans.
Seriously?
You know how stubborn I can be when I want something.
Hazel's a smart woman. She knows what she needs to do to get what she wants. And she wants you.
That's going too far.
You think it's an honor, but you should really be worried. Hazel never does anything she's not sure she'll benefit from, which means she's got ways to make you bend to her will. She's careful to hide her secrets from you, safe behind her herald. Tonight could be your last chance to discover them. Very well. Let's move on.
Oh, I forgot.
You sure seem ticked at the prince.
We've got different political views, that's all. It's rather healthy, actually. There's nothing worse than a council that's enthralled to its prince.
That I can believe. But it seemed like there was something else. What?
Nothing more than what I just told you. You're imagining things.
If you say so. I wanted to ask you about something a little weird, if you've got a couple minutes.
I'm all ears. Is something wrong?
When I went to see the Tremere, I fell into a kind of memory trap.
What?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Long story short, I lost some memories. Well, memory fragments. I think I recovered some of them, but I'm not sure.
You did.
I saw our breakup again.
Oh, wonderful.
It was like I was reliving the whole thing, but from the outside looking in.
Did you see anything else?
I saw my trial for destroying pro bono. You warned me about King, but I wouldn't listen. And you paid the price for my mistake.
I know. It's all right, Mem. It's all in the past.
No, that's not true. You still have that goddamn mark on your neck. I'm so sorry. I never meant for you to pay for my mistakes. You didn't deserve that.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. But you're not the one who branded me. King did that.
I know. Ugh, what I wouldn't give to have him here right now so I can make him pay.
I can imagine, but don't worry about it. Someone will eventually pay him in kind.
I hope so. I saw my embrace.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was weird. We were so happy back then. I was, at least.
So was I.
Yeah. Remember the night we learned about France's surrender in 1940?
Vaguely. Why?
I heard his speech on the radio. We were in Bordeaux.
Wow, you sure have a knack for remembering the happier memories.
I didn't get to decide. They were there. That's all. I saw the night I was attacked. The blood bond. I heard their voices again. Their laughter.
Mem.
I'm fine. I know at least one of them paid for what they did to me.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I can't imagine how traumatizing it must have been. It's never good to go stirring up the past.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thanks for sharing with me.
The reports from Richard and Leisha are truly frightening. I never thought I'd see a day like this.
Predators never see themselves as prey. We're going to have to be extremely cautious if we want to survive.
Do you have any plans?
No, I'm waiting for Hazel's orders. We're dependent on her now more than ever.
I can't imagine you waiting for the prince to do something.
But here I am, doing just that.
No, you've always got a plan B. You're not telling me everything.
Fine. You win. I can't talk about it here, but yes, I've got our backs covered.
Our backs?
You're my blood, Mem. But enough about that. Hazel seems to have a few cards up her sleeve. Let's put our faith in that for now.
I gotta go. I've got stuff to do.
Just a sec. I know Hazel told you not to talk about it. But please, at least tell me where you're headed.
Oh. Damn it. They don't have enough. I could try my skip, but I don't think it's gonna work. Yep, knew it.
You're unbelievable.
The air is thick in here. You can understand my concern, can't you?
I'm going to see the Anarchs.
What?
It's a long story. I'll explain when I get back. I've really gotta go.
All right. Be careful, Mem.
Hey, Sylvia.
Hey, how are things? Let me know if you need anything.
Very nice for you.
The arena. Hilda's favorite playground. I don't know if I'd manage as well as she does.
There you are. I heard about your little trip to see the Warlocks. Sounds like you're starting to get the hang of the machinations of the court. Unfortunately, you'll need more than diplomacy to survive the SI.
So you know about it?
The whole court does. Backstage, people are checking their scripts. There are some who are already thinking of running away.
Everyone's heard about London. I get why they're scared. Nobody expected to see hunters on the coast.
And for good reason. You seem to be taking every precaution. But now that they're here, we'll have to do something. Or leave. I made my choice when they hit London. Now it's your turn. You'll need to be careful, darling, and surround yourself with associates you can trust.
That's a rare commodity around here.
You've got your sire. Hilda was furious after you left for the library. She really seemed worried about you.
As always. But I survived.
You did. Actually, when you were there, did you run into my emissary? I still haven't heard anything.
I found your associate. Or what was left of him. The Warlocks did him in long before the Code Red.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Why?
He probably disappointed them. It doesn't take much to piss them off.
Osborn will pay for what he did.
Your emissary had stolen something. Some sort of alchemical formula. It appears they were trying to preserve the properties of the blood. The report will be of more use to you than it is to me.
Oh, Crawford. Thank you. We've been turning in circles for years. We're way behind. This paper will accelerate our research.
I've told you everything I know.
And it's precious. The question now is whether this paper is worth the unlife that the Warlocks stole.
What if it's not?
Then Osborn will get no rest. But it's not your problem anymore. You've done enough already. This work on the properties of blood, even if it's minor, is extremely valuable. Our cities are teeming with kindred and our enemies are legion. If we don't learn how to control our blood supply, our species will inevitably decline.
That explains why these agreements were so important to Hazel.
She wants to hold the key to our survival. Think of the power she would have if she could do it. But she's not the only one in the race anymore. Thanks to you. Thanks, MM. If I can do anything to repay you, let me know.
Did I miss anything last night?
Not really. Things were pretty calm until Dr. Dunham came back. Things got a little tense when the topic of the Second Inquisition came up.
I can imagine the shockwave.
We're at the court. People try to save face. But I saw a few masks start to dissolve. The next few hours are going to be decisive.
I always wondered how a city like London could fall. A kindred stronghold? That old?
Wiped out in just a few nights.
What was it like? Do you remember the attack?
It's not a very pleasant memory.
I get it. Sorry. This is gonna sound weird, but have you ever heard of memory magic?
No, never heard of it. Where'd you hear about that?
My visit to the Warlocks. I don't know what they did, but they got inside my head.
The Tremere are brilliant, but dangerous. Iverson should never have sent you there alone.
I learned my lesson. Hazel wants to send me back out there tonight. She's trying to get help from the Anarchs.
Well, aren't we the elite soldier to send behind enemy lines?
I'd appreciate any advice you could give me. I've spent a lot of time with the Anarchs, but never in a situation like this.
I imagine that'll depend on what your prince wants to negotiate. If you hang around with them, then you know they're proud, stubborn.
So you think there's no hope?
Everyone has their weakness. You just need to find the right button to push.
I see.
What would you do?
I don't know, darling. Depends on who I'd be talking to. Some folks respond better to smiles. Others need threats to make them bend. You'll need to adapt. You should expect some resistance from them. Some will likely try to put you on your heels or even lie to you outright. Don't let yourself be fooled by them.
I'll try not to forget it. Thanks, Victoria.
It's my pleasure.
I've gotta go. It's gonna be a long night. No matter what happens tonight. I'm happy I got to see you again.
Why does that sound like goodbye? Mem?
It's gonna be fine. See you later.
Be careful.
That's a few. Can I get down there? Damn it, that would have been cool. No. Is it this way?
Do you think we have time to just laze around? You need to be fast and effective. Destroy anything we don't need. Keep what's important. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Miss Bosley.
You're a good kid, Lazarus. I need a drink. Now, shake a leg.
That's good. That too. And that. What's that? ID card? 1963? Obsolete. Hey, Mem. Sorry, we're a little busy here.
All I'm hearing tonight is Lazarus do this, Lazarus do...
Okay.
Oh, I hope there won't be another attack.
Mem, there you are. I've been looking for you for hours. Where have you been?
Hey, Jay. Sorry. Hazel's kept me on a short leash since I got back.
I was so worried. I thought something had happened to you. I heard you really did an outstanding job with Hartford. Well done, Mem.
Thanks.
Since when do you work for the court?
Since Hazel asked me to.
You sound thrilled.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, sometimes with these choices they do make hard choice to pick, you know. Especially if it's in a store with my drawing fans. Hmm. Hmm.
You know how I feel about politics. But what can I do? Hazel trusts me. I have to accept my role in all this.
You don't feel like you've been trapped. She clearly trapped you.
Do you know something I don't?
It's a little hazy, but the Prince and April sure know how to keep their subjects in line. They've got dirt on everyone.
Like what?
I've said too much already. Bosley's watching me like a hawk. I've got to stay in line. I've got to go, Mem. April's working us to the bone tonight. Catch you later?
See you, Jay.
Oh.
I'd better hurry. A direct route to the prince's apartments. April plays the guard dog. The Swan's Nest. I hope it's worth it.
Whoa. Okay. Some kind of building. Okay. Peter, you know the house is not a place for the Masters can we discuss yesterday an extremely work we undertake. Appreciate no objection, not the chance of best option right now. When I say right now, it's because I'm counting on the situation. Change yourself would be the party. The interest of my project, I can't feel the details, especially writing, but keep in mind that Harvard is nothing more than a means, a tool. A tool can be placed to help me, and when the time comes, I will help you. Apparently. Ah. Okay. see what else we can find here. Oh. Right, so I have passed my request. I have a piece of request for information about Mr. Noir, or just more questions you think such an interest. Is it? I have observed a steady increase of Mr. Noir's problem, particularly in South Africa and India. His research, but he finds a financial structure better exit. He needs to control everything at all times and use every chance to blood. He looks a workaholic who trusts no one but himself. This will kill. Okay. If a funny business in goes fast, sworn work control should be still house. Okay. Masquerade. I suspect he has ingot against many of the particular several occasions in any case without being able to prove it. I won't be surprised at court. He knows how to join it, especially Mr. Ware has taken a step back. In fact, he is the most prominent member of our clan after ourselves, but he also chose ties to be a member of our origin. And I'm concerned is particular, but also a lesson in independence. He has remarks him a threat to your interests. It would be very easy for him to bypass your authority if he felt like it. He has many ways of applying pressure. I do not mention he's the business of the other members who are dependent on his goodwill, but I am enclosing several documents showing these connections. I want to go back down quick because I think I missed something. Can I expect? There we go.
I didn't know Hazel was into music.
Huh. What's the beginning here? Nope.
I understand better now why Dijon never mentioned his sire. Hazel's always one step ahead.
My prince, my trip to New England was for nothing. I was able to learn a lot about Dajin in the past. He is the child of one of the magistrates. If her name isn't familiar, that it's to be expected. She is rather ordinary, but extremely enough that she has ties to the Hartwood century. Indeed, not long after the Florida Grace, she was to final death by Hartwood transfer. A skit led to the illusions where she met Sayaka. She raised him in a feudal ritual that I didn't understand much about, but it seems that it left deep impression of a person who has influenced by the magic throughout the existence. It appears that has gone to New England to sell the school with Hartwood. I think we could use this to our own advantage, given the arrangement of events. For example, it could make him part of the most cool. It shouldn't be too hard to make him your own puppet, especially if we are promised to solve the problem. It could then be part in a contract with the transfer, perhaps a sleeper agent, or he could take on responsibilities while we being our puppets. However, if neither also were to discover what have learned, the Sakya would undoubtedly be a threat, and it's up to you to decide. However, I think this is a golden opportunity that it would be a shame to pass up. I plan to stay a few more days to clarify some points. I am sending you this message through a reliable zone. I will then return to the court as soon as possible.
I've always found swans very moving. beautiful, but full of melancholy. It's a nice symbol.
Oh. Hello. What's this? Key, you say? But for where?
There are faint marks on the wall.
Oh.
I
Okay.
wonder if...
Which one now? Let's see. Yeah, let's push that one. I'm gonna guess here. Maybe this one. Maybe that one. And just like a forward dish goes, so there are some codes this day and age. So I'm gonna guess this one. Did that work? Maybe it didn't. Maybe I missed something. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's try that code. I'm just guessing. Let's see, we'll start with that one. You know, we'll try F again. And we'll go with, yeah, we'll do D again. Oh, damn it. That one.
That noise.
Hello?
Something...
Aha. Okay. I was just guessing which code it could be, but okay. Let's have a look. Nope, open. God damn it. There we go.
That explains why Hazel's holding off on Fang's embrace. Underwood. What a creep.
Interesting. My prince, I have heard that you fear the departure of my dear sire, gave answer. Indeed, the progress of departure of the elders among us is the matter of concern, especially when it involves such a loyal and vital element as the other character. Nevertheless, I believe I have a way to keep him at your disposal for a while longer. My seer is rather interested with the promising young woman. Okay, it's an old geezer. He wishes to embrace her more than I have ever seen him decide anything. Why, you may ask, why choose to have another child when you already have a as accomplished as myself? I wouldn't dare to comment on the subject myself, and I would join you in your question. So this through Hang as a subject after his desire is named should be formally present to you very soon. You know how dear old Hussey stands on tradition. Of course he will only praise her when you have given her him, permission to do so. That's why I suggest you use some obscure excuses, such as the overcrowding of Buster, for example, to stall for time. He will understand if there's is anything he is good at. It is understanding the prince, even when they ask him for more, tire, postpone it, or even simply ignore his requests, and he will be all the more ready to prove his worth to you, to show you he deserves it. I obviously do not accept any form of compensation for this advice. The mere act of serving my prince and the court of Boston, of performing my duty in short, is payment enough for me.
Bazori is a loyal dog, and Hazel's got him on a short leash.
During King Age, Elabas was always above approach, performing every task assigned to him without being an ally. He is the pursuant tool for doing dirty work, as he is cold and efficient. He won't even begin to tell you how many Fimbulate or dissonant he has to face and defeated. Strength overwhelming loyalty to your predecessor would suggest that he is a sliding line or even removed. Nevertheless, urge you not to rush down this path. On the contrary, keeping you as close to you as possible seems to me the wisest things to do. Indeed, his loyalty was not to the Green King, but to the role of the prince, and today, that is you, Miss Iverson, gave his Basri could quickly become one of your best assets. I remain at your disposal to provide you with the report on his mission, but a reading of everything seems unnecessary as there is far too much of it. I see. Okay, well. At least we got what we needed, so I guess we'll have to head out now. Oh. Just to be sure, you better... Yeah, let's not close this, because we're not any... Yeah. You know what? Wait, can we? Why not? Whoa, blowy. Oh, I doesn't want you to go far. Okay. Okay. I love this fish ability, man. It's so cool and whatnot. And it literally just makes it like epic. Okay, you gotta respect the classic song. Anyway, I better get going.
I should go. It's gonna be a long night.
Indeed. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's leave quick.
First, the Anarchs. But I have to find them first.
Joyful. Okay. No fails on that one, that's a good sign. Well, fortunately, I need to save some points, so I can't really do much. I would have used some on this one, but... Oh, yeah, that's right. The mark.
Halsey? Yes, Mom. I'm here.
Oh. That was okay.
Hey, Pumpkin. What are you looking at? The picture is scary.
I agree.
Come now. There's nothing to be You're not going to be afraid of a couple paintings now, are you?
No, but...
Yes, I know. It's Richard. He was angry, but he wasn't angry with you. You know...
I don't think he is. He doesn't like me following you around.
Yes, but it's because he worries you'll get hurt. Pumpkin, there are much more serious things going on right now.
Those people who put us into boxes. And who hurt you.
Yes, them. But don't be scared. Mommy's here.
I know.
I won't let anyone hurt you. Ever.
There you are. But what on earth is that mark?
I ran into an experienced Inquisitor. I was caught off guard.
Not a dangerous mission, was it? You brought back a souvenir.
I'm still in one piece. That's all that matters. Where have you been? I've been looking for you since I got back, but...
The prince hasn't given me a moment's rest since I returned.
I won't hide the fact that I was happy that you were the one to... well...
That I informed them about the Second Inquisition. Yes, I can imagine.
Are you still angry that Hazel let me out? Don't you think there are more pressing issues here?
See? I told you so.
That's enough. I'm not venting frustration. Can't you see that? You're confusing a wounded ego with my professional concerns.
I appreciate you worrying, but...
Yes, I'm troubled by the faith that you place in Hazel, and I have good reason to be. She didn't follow your treatment protocol. Usually, I give you your treatment when you awaken. You're not stable, Leisha.
Enough with that already.
You failed miserably with the mission the Prince gave you. That's proof of it.
What do you mean?
You didn't have a firm grasp of the risks.
How could I have guessed that...
And to top it off, you didn't bring anyone back to the Prince. You'll become more and more overwhelmed by your visions and your hallucinations. All this because she's afraid. Hazel has become dependent on you.
Don't you think you're blowing things a bit out of proportion? Dependent on me?
On your visions, of course. Don't you understand? She didn't bring them up.
She did mention them in passing.
She needs your premonitions to help her anticipate the future, to try to influence the course of events.
She would like to, you mean?
What do you mean by that?
They're strange images.
You mean to say they're symbolic?
That's it, symbolic, I guess. But it's hard to say what they could mean.
That's why I don't think it's a good idea to encourage Hazel to think she can rely on your visions to serve her own ambitions. Here's a dose of your treatment. Take it immediately.
This will rid me of my premonitions, is that it?
I don't have time to break this to you gently. I have to go straight to the point.
What are you talking about?
Leisha, Halsey isn't real.
What?
It's not true, is it?
You're the only one who sees her.
No.
Our family has a gift for seeing things.
No, Halsey is my daughter.
In your mind. It's always difficult to pull you away from her. That's why I try to treat you as soon as you awaken, to keep Halsey from reappearing.
He's lying, Mom! He hates me!
You're either lying or you're wrong. I don't know which, but it's not true.
Leisha,
But Hazel sees her.
when your hallucinations increase, your premonitions do too. They become more specific and more reliable. And that's what the prince wants. But you grow increasingly catatonic. Halsey starts to take over.
No! I don't want you to leave me!
Enough! Shut up, both of you!
It's just you and me, Leisha.
Oh, no.
He's a liar! It's not true!
I regret having to inflict this terrible shock on you, each and every time.
Every time?
Leisha, the prince wants to see you. Immediately.
Yes, of course. Just a minute.
I'm not supposed to be here. I should have left for the Red Salon already.
Why? No, you can't just leave like that. I have too many questions.
Hazel doesn't like to wait.
We'll have time. Go now. Obey the prince, Leisha. Stay where it's safe, and above all, drink.
There. I'm coming.
Ooh.
Leisha, I wanted to thank both of you
The
for...
prince sees me. See, Mom? Richard's a liar.
Are you all right, Leisha? You seem...
Quit pretending.
Come now, Leisha. What's wrong?
You've been pretending to see Halsey since the very beginning. Why did you lie to me?
Lie to you? I didn't lie to you. Halsey is part, and I accept you just the way you are. That's all.
Why is it always these? Okay,
Oh, I see.
You are the only one I trust. Tell me, why would I play games with you?
That's exactly the question I'm asking you.
It's more complicated than it seems. Halsey has made you better. And in my opinion, she's good for you.
I don't know about that, but I don't like feeling like I'm being toyed with.
Nobody is toying with you. It's quite the contrary. We all need you. Now, more than ever before. You need to help us.
Obviously. But what exactly do you want me to do this time?
An impression, an opinion about what's going on.
A premonition, basically.
Don't take it like that. Others are less scrupulous than I, believe me.
What are you talking about?
Richard, for one, who has manipulated your memory multiple times.
What?
Ask him about it. Just know that there are far worse than me creeping around you, Leisha.
Mom?
It's not as simple as that. I don't choose when they happen.
Mom! Mom, listen to me.
Yes, sweetie. What is it?
There's no point. The swan will lose its head in 2 days. I just saw it. We know, Mom.
What's going on? Leisha, is Halsey speaking to you? What is she saying?
Hmm.
Halsey sees a swan. It'll lose its head in 2 days. But that could mean a lot of things.
It's not very clear, you mean?
Nothing's ever certain, and...
Of course. There's got to be a way to shuffle things. There must. Not after everything I've done. I won't believe it.
Hazel,
Please leave. I need to think.
As you wish. Damn it. I don't know who to believe anymore. Richard or Hazel.
Please, Mom. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Oh. Okay, well, this is quite a hard choice. Hmm. Hmm. Questions. I know which one. Hmm. Hmm. Uh-huh. Hmm. I know, fans, it's quite. I hate when it's in these kind of choices. You have to think like, which one do you pick? Which is the right one, or which one's the wrong one? Okay, I'm taking this.
So, we're inseparable? Like 2 peas in a pod?
Yes. Like 2 peas in a pod, sweetie.
Mom? What's wrong?
Hello, what's this? There's her, but the little girl in the middle, but who are the others?
Mom?
Yes, I'm fine, it's all right. It's just, I need to talk to Richard, Pumpkin.
Again? No, we're happy together.
It's not just you. The hallway, my memory. He has to explain this. I want to understand.
All right, as long as we're together.
Okay, interesting clue that. Guess I made the right choice. Check up here. Ah. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and tri-agers, and all that, I am going to end the video here, but if you like this, then I am going to add my 3 face down cards. First, I took my first face down card, Scrap Me, Wolfzone, Legendary, Professor Nightwolf, Futurist Champion, and Pokemon owners, but wait, I'm not done just yet. Next, I took my second face down card. Please press the button to subscribe, press the purple button to follow, and even press the green button to like, follow, subscribe, and support, but wait. I'm not doing just yet. I do my third and final face down card, which I'll leave this in the description down below. So you can find me on social media universe world website. And the social media universe world website are Discord, Steam, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and of course Twitch and Kick. And once you follow, subscribe, and support me, you officially join the Superior 9000 Empire Corporation International Industry Enterprise to make channel bigger, better, stronger, and more noticeable in the future to all other social media account platforms and game streaming channel account platforms. This is Superior 9000, the game streamer that let me know is that the future becoming entrepreneur, extraordinary influencer, pro game streamer, actor, model, anchor, writer, broadcaster, future wrestler. Signing out. Okay, everyone, take care, stay at home, be safe, wash hands, 2 years away, and of course, most importantly, and a bit most importantly, and remember this, wear a mask, and I'll see each and one of you on the next video of mine. But before I go, I have one thing to say. Those pro game streamers like myself, Wolfzone, Legendary, and others can do big things, especially online video game streaming. All you gotta do is type name in the search, click on the channel, and see what video games you play on. Okay, everyone, take care, bye, and peace, and GG. And I'll see all of yous, each one of yous, on the next episode of Vampire the Masquerade Swansong. Wow, that was quite the interesting talks and task and stuff, but the next one is quite the shocker. But my dear fans, I just want to wait for me to say it again. I've said it many more times. I'll have to wait till next episode. But until then, I'll see each one of you on the next episode of Vampire the Masquerade Swansong. But until then, see you there. Thank you for flying Superior 9000 Chat. We have you enjoyed these videos. Support, subscribe to this channel and other platforms as well.